Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to FTB One. Today we're sink or swim on our interdimensional travel adventure here. So I'm in the end, so I'm not gonna leave myself in third person too very long in case I get more Endermen attacking me. But yeah, we're going to try the familiar exchange, and then if not, then the equivalent exchange spells. So summon familiar is 3 quartz on a cloth to make the spell, and it costs 200 mana to use. Just between episodes, I AFK'd in my base and then also did some testing, went to the mining dimension. That setup with the shovels and the durability exchange works everywhere. So it doesn't matter how far away you are or across dimensions, the durability exchange will work and your mana will shoot up there as much as you can. My rough testing was about 5 diamond shovels to get about 8,000 mana, and that also increased my maximum mana by about 100 times each time I did each of those tests. So I got 1 diamond with 8,000 and 1 with 9,000 now, so lots of mana to play with to do this stuff that we're going to be doing today. So I got the cloth, and we need the quartz. Oh, quartz is there. Remember to be in the block next to it and not on it. So this is our familiar. It's a parrot type, I guess. Will he come back here, or is he just going to do random stuff? Looks like he's doing random stuff. So I can't seem to make him stay. He likes checking out other entities that are around. And I guess he reported on what he had just seen as well when I right-clicked on him. So I'm going to have to build him a little enclosure here. Actually, wait. We want to do the exchange one first, right? So the exchange, I forget already. Oh, we needed an emerald, right? Quartz, emerald. Yep, familiar exchange. So we'll use the home command. And here we go. Well, it works cross dimensions, so yeah, for the low cost of 2 quartz and 1 diamond, we can teleport between dimensions. How many? Oh, I only got 1 quartz left here, so I will have to use the utilities to just go home. Stack of quartz and a half a stack of emerald. I'll make a bunch of these spell cloths, and then we'll be able to go between the 2 dimensions easily. I've been doing a lot of testing with the face sight scrolls. No dice there, so I don't have, like I mentioned before, I don't have Optifine or any other visual things going on, so I just tried changing the graphics settings, I tried changing the smooth lighting settings, I tried changing the full screen on and off, I've tried the cloud settings, the entity shadow settings, the particle settings. So I don't know what is stopping. I think that one I will finally do my first report I'll ask in the general Discord first, and then they'll probably just ask me to report it properly, which I will do. Just trying to get that working. So bulk scroll making, pretty simple. It was bring my familiar back. So there. And I do have the chunks loaded over there in the end, so I'm not sure if that's going to matter too much or not if my familiar flies in and out of the thing. But there we go. I'm happy that that worked on the first time around, and everything went smoothly on that exchange. So yeah. That's awesome. So yeah, just can't get this face site going, so we won't be able to get into the what was it there? Where are they? Those guys, the mystic codes. We can make these, but I think we need the mana circuits to do it, and we need the Fey essence, which we get by killing Fey. So if we can't see the Fey because the Fey site spell isn't working properly, then we're kind of out of luck on that one, as far as I know. Because yeah, I guess we'll take one last look at the Mystic Code in here, because that's the oh, this is the gauntlet from 112. Ah, okay. So this is the one where we can reuse the scrolls. Aha, so the first sorcery one, oh, I do believe needed the Fey essence, so we won't be able to get that one, but we could get, if you had like 3 different scrolls that you wanted to kind of hot switch between, then the Mystic Code is something that you would make, and then you would put your scrolls in there, and then you could cast a scroll and then hot click, like switch over to a defensive item and then go back to an offensive one, because yeah, there are some offensive spells and defensive spells in there that you can mess around with. I'm not going to be doing too much of that stuff because I'll probably just go for the Caliburn. Now the one thing that I don't have to do a perfect Caliburn is the enchanted diamond sword. So I want to get Smite 5 on it, because that's how we maximize the damage of the Caliburn. So if we go into the thing here, this is the other end game item that I wanted to get from. So this is the Holy Sword. It's not Excalibur, it's Caliburn. Don't make that mistake. When you're holding it, skeletons, strays, zombies, zombie villagers, all those will run away from you. You can also right click and it will bring you two together, or the mob closer to you, so you can hurt it much more. There's a keybind for the special ability, which will smite those undead monsters. And then the power consolidation process, which is how you get the Caliburn in the first place, can be repeated to increase the power on your Caliburn every time. So to get a real good Caliburn, you're going to want to have a whole smattering of Smite 5 books. Sharpness will work, but to a lesser degree on increasing, because the damage of the Caliburn is based on the damage the sword you're throwing into the lake by the damage it deals to undead mobs itself. So let's just find the power consolidation one. So to do this spell, you'll need a diamond emerald. It has to be on the ground, and it will make a lake. So it costs a bunch of mana to make the lake, but once it gets to the full size, then you throw in an enchanted diamond sword to get your I guess you could throw in an enchanted wooden sword, but your base damage is lower, so then the Caliburn you get back out of it will be lower again. So we get a Smite 5 and diamond sword. We'll throw it in there, and that'll get us like a base 12, I think, ish sword. And then if you put Smite 5 on that Caliburn and then throw it back into the lake, then you'll get even more out of it again. But each exchange of the sword costs 5,000 mana, so that's why I've got this 20,000 mana kicking around right now, is because I wanted to do this at least 3 times. It's just going to take me a while to get the books together to do that. So yeah, you cast the power consolidation, and then you'll get the Caliburn, and then you can upgrade the Caliburn after that to get a pretty high level, high damage sword. And then the other trick that's in here is I forget what it's called, but there is a spell that you can cast to lower the durability loss. Like, it'll make your weapon unbreaking and won't break at all for a short amount of time. So you could have one of those scrolls, cast it, and then use your high damage weapon as much as you want for a while. It'd be really good for something like the Enderman farm if we need, because that's what I'm going to need to do to get all the experience to get those books that I want to get. Because the experience bee, it's really not very good. I haven't messed around with the genetics on getting this thing running very well, but the experience bee has been going for quite a while now. And bottle of enchanting, I'm up to like 42. So yeah, don't have very many of all. There's a bunch of backlog over here because I power starved my system charging my armor, so I've got quite a backlog of combs to go through. So there's 2.5 stacks there, but that's not going to get me a lot of bottles enchanting at the end of the day, to be quite honest. Honey bottles are still coming in a little bit from there, but I've stopped putting bottles into these guys, so this honey just sits there and it's not making any more bottles there. But I do believe I've got still like probably a half a stack of bottles left in over here. No, 9. So that'll end the influx of honey bottles, because I have way too many at this point, and I'm also thinking about deleting some of this wax because I don't really have any good use for it right now. Doesn't even like combine, like, oh, I guess it does. Could do some of that just to save on slots. Not that I'm super starved on it, because I've added a second layer, so I've got basically 2 stacks of chests of storage underneath there. I'm currently sitting at 3,700 slots total, and I got about 1,500 free, so my storage isn't really hurting at this point, but that's there. Oh yes, mana generation. So there is one thing that I didn't mean to click on that, but that's not a hard thing to recreate. One other mana generation option that is in here is, they're called Gaias, and they are self-imposed taboos. So you'll make this on a scroll, gold, iron, emerald, and then basically you take that scroll and you'll click it on an entity in the world, and then you won't be able to hurt it. So I could use it on a chicken, then I wouldn't be able to kill chickens anymore. Sheep, I won't be able to kill sheep. I'm pretty sure we'd be able to shear them still, but we wouldn't be able to hurt them, right? You could use it on any kind of entities there, but just I'm about to flip the page there. So creating and removing them costs 30 mana, but if you have a having many Geasa targeting unnamed mobs will regenerate mana. So that's another way you can up your mana regeneration in the early game without having to use basically diamond shovels in a chest. But it's so good using in there. I wouldn't even consider anything else if you've got access to unlimited amounts of diamonds, materials to make those tools, right? So that's all I wanted to touch on in this episode. We've got our interdimensional travel system, which I really appreciate and like there now, because I can just, anytime I want to go to the end, we can just go there. And yeah, I got to get those ender bees set up so I start getting some of that resource coming in, because I don't know what to do with it just yet, but it'll be good to have it for when we need it. Anyways, I appreciate you all, and we will see you in the next one.